1 o'clock. It's time to go live. I already have 8 questions that came in through the posting, and I have a few questions that have shown up in the chat, and I'm going to be on my own, so we kind of have to figure it out. I'll watch in comments and see as people come in. Got 9 folks so far. Okay, what's going on? The upcoming 9 candles. The upcoming 9 candles are going to be blue because last week I got sent a show it was done with Pam Gregory, and the woman she was interviewing, her name is also Nancy, but her name is Nancy Rebecca, not Nancy Jean. And she's a clairvoyant and teaches spiritual stuff. I had never seen her before, but she was talking about how she's been interacting with uh, beings that are tall and skinny and bright blue. And they had informed her that there was a big blue ray that was going to come hit the earth last Saturday. And make a long story short, I got a bunch of people together on Saturday afternoon, oracle gardeners, one of the persons that had taken my tarot class, and we met and we all did readings different ways. We read in the garden, we read with cards, we read intuitively, and we looked at what she was saying about this blue energy coming in. And the reason I was so intrigued by what she said is I'd had a similar vision, not as detailed as her, and they weren't sending me dates, but during watching the solar eclipse, I'd seen a blue net come across the sky around the solar eclipse. And I was looking at the solar eclipse with those sunshield glasses that all you can see is the sun, where the bright sun and where the moon's eating it. And while I was about 10 minutes in, I saw this blue net show up. And then the next thing I knew, I took it off. I took the glasses off and was looking around in the regular light to see if it was something that, sometimes you can look at something in the dark and you'll see something. Well, I didn't see any blue lines or anything like that. So I put it back on. The blue lines were there, and now I had red ribbons going through the net, in the holes of the net, and weaving through. And my guides told me it's coming. And so when I heard her description of this blue ray, and I thought, well, that's real interesting. And it was the 4th. It descended into the Hopi pyramids, which are the Hopi mesas. And the dates are the 4th, the 18th, and the 25th. Those are all the Saturdays. And I was talking to someone today who knows a lot more about astrology than I do. And she said that last date is Thanksgiving weekend, which she was saying it was full of all kinds of interesting angles and things in the world of astrology. So I'm going to follow this whole pattern through November. I'm going to do the 9 candles in December. And I was told to do the 9 candles so that we end on the winter solstice, which is the 20th of December. So I'll be talking more about that. So if you want to get a jump on this, go find blue candles. I found finding blue candles was the hardest part of this entire project. And I'm going to be talking more about that. I'm into doing my 12-month readings, and I've done a couple of them so far. And I had one person who got her January is the world twice. No, that was her August. It was the Wheel of Fortune twice was her January. So she's the readings for this coming year are really interesting. And let's see how many people are checking in. We got 31 of you so far, so that's pretty good. Yeah, I'll start you so I can see. And it's going to be real. We're going into some real interesting times, and I had been told that. The other thing is, when I went and looked at Nancy Rebecca's some of her other shows, just to kind of get a background, what she didn't mention on Pam Gregory's was the elementals, the fairies, the unicorns, the dragons, and all that stuff are going to be very active in this period of time. And I'd heard from Cecil that we were having some stuff come towards us. So anyway, let's get on to the regular readings, and we can talk about the whys and wherefores. They're going to be coming up. Okay. This is Quick Bear. Quick Bear says, we found a cat in our shed shelter. I edited this because her thing was too long to be able to understand it. We call the cat they found in the shelter Dusty. Her ear was clipped, and so that means she's already been fixed. She's been out and been feral for a while, but someone fixed her. So and she ended up taking shelter in Quick Bear's shed. I already have an 11-year-old cat, Panda, in the house. Dusty is beginning to trust us, and apparently there must be some other pet like a dog or something outside because Dusty likes pets. Her real question is, should she well, I tell you, if the cats are exposed to each other long enough, they will get to like each other. But oops, that's stop cam. I'll get this down yet, guys. Her question really is, can she bring Dusty into the house with Panda, and will they get along? So do a quick yes, no on it. I can tell you, my daughter got a kitten because her dog had died, and she decided to go with a kitten now. And my old cat, who's 13 or 14 years old, Dubby is the biggest problem Dubby had with the cat. These are two older cats, so maybe they won't have the same problem. Sterling wanted to play, and Dublin, my cat, was having none of that playing stuff. But now that Sterling's kind of more than a year old and she's kind of settling down, Dubby's sort of letting her. Actually, Dubby let her walk up to her food bowl last night, eat out of it for a minute, and then Dubby just went and put her paw on her nose and said, "Get out of here." And so Sterling left. But so I think it's going to be a long, slow process. But let's see if these two cats can get together. I think it's more a matter of that Dusty's been on her own. To make this transition is going to be hard. I think you could do it by the end of winter, and she'd be happier. Maybe she might not even be happier being an indoor cat. But this, I know it looks like it says no, 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 no. But it's just if you're willing to slowly transition them. The biggest problem in this whole thing is Dusty's been on her own for a long time. And the fact she likes being around other pets is a good sign. You may have more problems. Let's see if the big problem is Panda. Is the problem Panda? Yeah, Panda's going to grieve for not having y'all to herself. So it's just those kind of adjustment problems. It may be worth introducing to each other, letting them get used to each other, and see how it goes. I didn't get anything that was like catastrophically bad. I just got a lot of, it's going to require some change. So good luck with it, Quick Bear. Nancy G, I'm wondering, am I on the right track looking for a job or considering going back to school? So we're going to do two lines. The first time, the first one's going to be looking for a job, and the second line will be going back to school. Let's see. First line, right track looking for a job. Going back to school. It's about 50-50 for each. You've got these, this ends up being 3-3. There's something that you're going to find in 10 weeks that's going to move you, and it's going to move your heart to think this is something I really want to do. And it's going to be a really comfortable place that like you've worked at before, and you're going to feel comfortable with it. It's not going to have any of the rocky stuff you've had with other jobs, but the problem is you're not going to be learning new skills in this job, in the job you're looking for. Going to school. You like being a student, you really do. You like learning new things, and you've waited a long time to come to the decision about going back to school. To some extent, though, you feel like you're not in control when you're in school, money, and you're not really sure what you want to major in. So if you can figure out, let me see, I'm going to put more cards on that. If you can figure out what you really want to major in and get in the right group, you're going to, a lot of your past life experience is going to come forward, and it's not going to be as much of an adjustment as you think. Let's see about this guy here. Yeah, I think it's more the money thing at the end of the day. Maybe do both. Go back to work and start a coursework that you think you want to go into, or see where that job. But you're on the right track looking for a job. You're going to find one that you'll really like if you can hang in there long enough. I don't know what your whole situation is. Debbie Joyce, love and light. My second daughter-in-law is unable to have another child, so they're trying to adopt. It's difficult for military personnel to do this. What do the cards say? Please and thank you. Okay. Okay, let's see. I'm going to say adopt a child in the next 2 years, because I don't know if there'd be a chance that their life might settle down out of traveling for the military, but 2 years. Believe it or not, that means the end of a painful situation, which would be being childless. I think they're going to be able to get one in the next 2 years. When they first, because I got sevens. I got 2 sevens here, and sevens are the numbers of spirit and enlightenment and looking inside ourselves. And this is, she's just really kind of getting over the feeling like life has robbed her of something, but she's going to be able to get ahead and move. It's going to take looking through a lot of different groups. They need to start working on it right now and quit waiting around about it. It means facing a lot of things and realizing a lot of hopes that they've really wanted. But this 10 of Swords, normally that's a pretty nasty card, but it really just means the end of a situation. So I think they're going to be able to adopt, since that's what I asked. This is yes, yes. Not if they don't get on it and start hopping on it now. Yes, yes. So they got 4 yeses. So it looks like it's going to be, she's going to be able to accomplish that goal. But they're going to have to put some real thought work into it. Okay. Okay. For you, my dear, I looked it up. I have some feng shui books here, and I looked up the answer for you on this one. And I put it in, I took a picture of the page and put it in my gallery so I could read it to you. So I'm going to switch. This is what everybody really loves, is when I switch my cameras back. Wish I could do it in a quick way, but I can't. But this is what it said about, if y'all don't know about feng shui. It divides your house up into certain patterns, and this is the world's fastest description of what it says. Um, okay, it's they give different parts of the house. Some's family, some's there's 9 different elements to the house, and they say if you put certain things in certain elements, then you'll be able to get blessings there. And uh, it says in the helpful people corner, keep shiny, gray, and metallic things in there. Place artwork that represents the earth landscapes, or often just a vase of plants. Add items that represents movement, such as clocks or TVs. So that's be a good place to put your TV. But these are the things that tells you to avoid in that area if you're trying to pull in helpful people. Candles or other symbols of fire, they simply are not useful in that area. Their energy doesn't, it's not like it's a lovely flame that's drawing it in. You want something that's reflecting out what you need. That's what the shiny metal things were about. Maybe I'll do another show. I've done shows on feng shui before. Maybe I'll do another one. But that was what my book said. Okay. Hi, Nancy. What do you see for me career wise? I really don't know what to do. My second Saturn return starts in the new year. Any guidance would be appreciated. Well, first of all, if you're in the middle of a second Saturn return, I can tell you the best thing you do is get a hold of a decent astrologer or look it up. You can even look it up at like astro.com and put your whole chart in, because you can have a second Saturn return, but it also can be modified by a lot of other things happening around you. So we'll see if we get a clear answer. Okay. Let's see if you're going to get an answer in the next 3 months about what career you should be going into or whether you should stay where you are. We're just going to do user JL2, oh, whatever they changed your name into, which is, we're calling you user. Okay, user, we're going to find out what to do about your job situation. Oh, you're going, yeah, that's your second Saturn return. You don't like where you are. You're ready to cut that off. Because you keep ending up in places where you needed more education than you had when you got there. But right now, today, you can't make your mind up, but you just want to make a real change. You just want to cut everything off and make a new change. And it's because you've been happy in jobs before, but right now you're ready to cut this one that you're in, or cut the field you've been in loose. This and that would be reflected in your near future card, which is the 8 of Cups, which is you're going to grab what you've learned and move on. And it's you're afraid of using your own powers. And this tells me you've put yourself in situations where you felt educationally you were deprived. You didn't have the training you needed. But that's kind of BS, because I've taken jobs where the title said I should have had all the training, but you never know what a job's like till you get in it and you have to figure out all the ins and outs and the people that are in and out of it. And you're just kind of not in a good mood about this at all. But it says if you wanted to go plant your seeds somewhere else, that you'll move ahead quickly. So I think the Saturn return, this is where I say you could go talk to an astrologer, or you could go on Astrocom or one of the ones that'll do your little chart and say this is where you are today. But you really want someone to tell you you're ready for a change, and it's telling you you're ready for a change. You're ready to move on. This is a card, things that have already happened we can't do much about, but any of the 6 cards that are out here, we can turn them around. And in your case, you can turn yourself around and become the person you want to be. You just need to quit worrying so much about you don't have the education or the training. You've learned it by doing it, which is the best way to learn. And you have eights. Yeah, you're well into this process because you got 7 and 8s on here, and I think I think you're ready to move forward. That's your out card is moving forward, and the Chariot means um, the Chariot really is the embodiment of our own energies. And if you're right-handed, that's your doing side. If you're left-handed, the left hand is your doing side, and the opposite hand is the receiving. So you're wherever you are, you don't feel like you're balanced. You feel like you do, and you never get anything back, or you're taking and you're not learning anything else, or it's not improving you. That's what you need to work on is um, getting yourself more in balance so that you can take off like the Chariot's going to let you do. Okay, we've got another. It's that time of year when people start thinking about um, promotions and things. Wendy Joy, is there a promotion on the horizon for me with my current company? Well, that's a can be a simple yes no if the cards want to work right. Otherwise, it can be a very complicated one. Code 3. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be in the spring. Um, they're doing better financially than they think they are, but they're waiting till spring, or you'll get the promotion will be finally happily and in it, and you're going to be really comfortable there. So it looks good. The future looks good, and I can see why you might have been worried because there's been some worry about cash flow and things in the recent past, or people not making their minds up about things. But you've made your mind up that you're going to get a promotion or you're going to find someplace else to be, I think. But it looks good for you, Wendy Joy. Okay. Okay. And then we've got someone who wants me to do a 5-year reading. I don't do 5-year readings. I do 1-year, 12-month readings. I'm doing them right now. You can go to my website and I will put that up for you. That's where you can go. And there's a 12-month reading on there. You can go sign up for it. So far, the ones this year have looked really good for the people I've been doing it for. Get them in early because I can only do so many of those readings in a day, which means that I can only do so many of those readings in a week. And I'm trying to not let myself get worn out. And I'm going to be doing this 9 candles, which if you've ever listened to my station, to this broadcast, I gripe about it. It's a lot of work, but we learn a lot. I always feel I learn a lot during the 9 candles thing. So we're going to do the coming year. Just a quick look if it's going to be a positive for you. Well, you can't get more positive than that. This shows that you're sticking by the rules. You're feeling really good. You're not having to move to anywhere. That a lot of people are going to recognize and understand what you've accomplished, and you're either going to find a mentor or you're going to be a mentor to someone in the next year. Oh, that's great. I think you're going to find and be a mentor to someone. These are great cards. You just have wonderful cards. You got strength, which means you're going to have a lot of internal strength going to come forward, and you're going to achieve more money. And when the sun shows up, you have to read every card as positively as possible. So I just read that you're going to be doing great guns this coming year. 5 years out, I'll pull. I have a new oracle card, and these oracle cards are interesting. They came out on Halloween, and it's Radley Valentine and Dougal Fraser. And I've actually taken a class from them on colors and auras and angels. And we're going to pull. The interesting about these cards is the first oracle deck I've ever had. And as you know, I've been kicking around an oracle and cards and things for a long time that reads reverses. So let's see what your reverse is. Oh, no, it says open your heart to love. That's kind of the overall temperament for the 5 years. Vulnerability, forgiveness, allowing, and community. Those are what's important to you. And as you can see, you got a key to opening your heart. And I don't know the deck this well, so I'm going to read what they actually have, a cute little white book with it. Your aura is expanded, and this is important when it comes to attracting new relationships and current relationships to the next level. Your angels are asking you to be aware of love in all forms. Embrace your emotions and know that this is a level of openness that can make you a bit vulnerable. This is normal, and it's actually a good sign that you've opened your heart to the opportunities and nourishing relationships in all aspects of your life. Your angels are paving the way for romantic, family, career, friendship, whatever connections you want to thrive. So I would take that on a bet for 5 years. And I think your 5 years, you can, it's not bad to think in terms of 5 years, but you don't need to worry if that's what you've been doing. Hi, Nancy Jean. It's Lelise N. I'd like to know what clarity and guidance is set for me in my lifetime path. Well, I think I'm just going to flat ass pull another oracle card because we have to find our own clarity. We have to seek it out, and we have to be open to our own guidance. And that can be listening to someone like me, and it also can be listening to those little voices in your head. But we're going to see what Lise pulls from the Angels and Auras deck. Ooh, peace. Your lifetime path is to go to peace. And that's connected journey, balanced and clearing. And I think I've read for you before, and you've been trying to do some of that. And your long peace. This is the core color to spirituality, including your connection with your guardian angels. When this card is upright, it indicates that your energy is centered. Sometimes that's referred to the chakras. They are the chakra colors that are on him. That's the Leonardo da Vinci guy. You're doing spiritual work, and it's clear for all to see, and that's all this card wants you to do. And the colors are: purple is the spirituality, dark blue is the psychic abilities, light blue is the throat chakra, green is the heart chakra for healing, love and healing, yellow is your power and control, orange is your creativity, and red is money and security. And you're doing it because it came up upright. So I do like that deck. Okay. Okay. Well, this is going to be, next one's going to be a yes, no, and then I'm going to be going to the questions in the chat. Ronnie, I got your name right. Ronnie, why? Any chance that we can get another cat in our house? Hubby's resistant to another cat. Well, you go to the first reading, they got Dusty. They're looking for a home for Dusty, maybe. Okay, let's see if Ronnie's going to get another cat. I think your husband's going to win on this one. It's kind of an argument. He may come around to it eventually, but right now he feels like you've got enough with taking care of what you've got. And he may, let's see if he's ever going to come around to this. Yeah, he's going to be willing to change and make a difference, but it's not his goal to continue to bring critters in. So that's up to you if you want to, find the right cat. Keep your mind on the right thing. I can't tell you, I have never read so many cat questions in my life. And I have cats, and I like them. Okay, let's see what we got in the way of questions. Sylvia wants me to read on her health. Let's see. I got a feeling this is another oracle reading because I don't have a really. I was programming a deck once to do health questions, and I never finished programming it, and I think it's because I'm not supposed to. I'll read on my health. Okay, we're going to pull this is a surrender deck, and I think what it is something that's bothering you is what's going to cause your health problems. So this surrender deck may tell you what you need to surrender, and we'll use an angel and oracle card too. Oh, okay. This is really good for health questions. It's surrender to the wisdom of your body. And it says, listen to your body messages about a person's situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you're energized and happy, move forward. I think what that card's telling me is that your health situation is directly related to the people that are around you. Are you an empath that does not control the energy coming in and around you? If that's true, what you need to do is learn how to find some protection crystals, find some obsidian, some tourmaline, some of the darker crystals, and put them around you because they will absorb negative energy. Bronzonite's another one. Bronzonite absorbs negative energy, keeps it away from you, and you don't have to clean it. You don't have to put it out in the moonlight or anything. That's a good one for protecting you. But it says your health is directly a reflection of the company you keep. So let's see if we can, what the angels and the auras are saying. And if you notice, the reason I shuffle these from the side is they're big cards and they're really heavy duty. So I can't shuffle them, riffle shuffle. Okay, it came up upside down, and this is the only oracle deck I've ever seen that has you read upside down, and it says spiritual adventure. It says whatever we're talking about is limited by routine, limitations, mundane, and boredom. I think if this would be people that would drain your energy from you, and I'll read you the long explanation. But this says you need more adventure in your life. And the shadow mist, this says if this card shows up inverted, what your angels are trying to tell you is you're surrounded by opportunities that could enrich every part of your life. It's time to shake things up. Life has become repetitive and boring. Even in the simplest changes in your average day, you can bring a bit of happiness into an otherwise unfulfilling existence. You were not born to live a life without adventure and excitement. Tell your angels that you want to dream your experiences. Get up and keep moving. Because the other way, if you get it moving, you've got travel, education, experience, and inspiration. So what it's telling you is your health problems come from being around the wrong kind of people and being bored when you go to the negative side. And it doesn't have to be that way. Okay, and then this one. Who is it? Stella C wants to know if we'll be traveling this year. This year, like 2023, I'm going to say the next 6 months, okay? Or in what's left of 2023 and 2024. That gives me a lot of time to put a trip in there, kid. So we're going to look at what's left of 2023 and look at 2024. It's a place you've always wanted to go to. Excuse me. I don't see you getting there this year. I think you're going to get all the plans and everything together. I would say chances are better you'll be traveling at early 2025 with these cards. But you've got a goal in mind, so you need to work for it. And you need to get rid of some burdens or some things you have going on in your life that's stopping you from taking the trip the way you want to take it. But you're going to get there. I think you're going to get there in 2025, just not the next year. And dozen cats. Oh, it's her second anniversary show. So, and go over and look at it. Okay, this is my forte. This is the one I do. I can do this reading in my sleep. And Dina also says right below this, oh, Engla, I'm glad you're back. I hope you're feeling better. Don't forget to go hit the like button to support the channel. Yeah, YouTube's getting very weird about that. And it really, the other thing that helps is if you share my show. So if you have someone you think we're talking about something that your friend might be interested in, go for it. Okay. Dana. Could you tell me what to expect in the next 3 months? Okay. Okay. You've been going through some sort of topsy-turvy times. They could be a whole lot worse, and you're kind of going, woo, made it through that, and it came through it okay. But you're separating from something in the near future. You've kind of solved a problem that was going on in your past. You put the pieces together, and you're not letting it wear you down as much as you were. It was really kind of depressing you. That's what's already happened. Any card out here you can change. This is separating and ending. It means like Ten of Swords. It means, but it's not a death card. It's just something you've been involved with is going away from you in this 3 months. And this is hopes and fears. And you hope you have your strength to put up with what's going on. And you're letting go of a friendship because, you don't want to. This card says you absolutely don't want to. But this friend has become burdensome to your values. Now, I'm not just reading that as money, but as your values. And you want to move in a direction where you can increase your ability to use the gifts and talents you have. And you're looking for an easier path where there aren't so many people that are troublesome. And that card would say that's happening to you. This is the other card you can turn, because anything in the future hasn't happened yet. This is you can find something you really, really love and want to make a commitment to. I don't know if you have a child or you're around a younger person, but they're gonna straighten out. They're gonna get better in the next month. If you 3 months, if you've had questions about them. But the biggest card for you is there was a chance for you to have everything really fall down around you, and you're making healthier choices to take care of yourself. And I hope that helps you, Dina, because it looks good. You just have to, if someone is becoming a little bit of a power vampire in your life, let them go. If they're supposed to come back, they'll come back. If they're not, then you're after. Okay. Hi, Kelly. Y'all are being easy on me today, man. I don't hear. Okay. Lori Hunsinger. She listened to that video last night, the one about the blue lights entering the three Hopi mounds, and it is November 4th, November 18th, and November 25th. And I feel like several things that Nancy Rebecca has put together, I put together. I didn't put it together in as nice of a package. So boring from her package, but hi Coltos, hi Angla. Let's see. We all need to be sending prayers and love to Sharon Sipe. She's had a couple of family illnesses in her family, and it's really been difficult for her to keep up with things. But we really appreciate when you can show up. And happy birthday to everybody whose birthday's in December. Well, if you want to jump on, oh, here's one. Okay. I keep getting this throat chakra card. Can my guides enlighten me about this? Yes, we can. I'm going to use surrender cards because I like them, and I think that's what I've been drawn to do. So. Okay. A surrender card for Bernie. Okay. Okay, this could block your throat chakra. It says you need to surrender resentments, and it means holding on to resentments only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward towards the positive situations in your life. It's a beautiful thing. It's like a lovely red umbrella being let go. If you're around a lot of people, if you're around people who are trying to thwart you from speaking your own mind, that will make you feel like you're being choked, and that will show up as a throat chakra blockage. But we're going to see. Was the oracle card correct for Vernie? Yes, it's very right. And part of the problem is people want to take from something that's been hard earned by you, and you need to be able to cut them off because they're not telling you the truth. And what you have is your basis. You're balanced and you have a lot of strength. And so those people are coming in and they're trying to take that from you. So don't resent them. Just don't play their game. If you haven't watched much of what they say is going on in the sky, it's that we're all separating from a lot of things that we should have let go of a long time ago and we didn't. And that's kind of what I'm reading there for you. Okay. Yeah, it's in the 80s here today, but it's election day and it's a lovely sunny day. And there's no damn reason why people who have elections going on in their state shouldn't be going out to vote. In Texas, we had 14 propositions for our Constitution. Okay. Okay. I'll do the best I can with this. I'm not really good at health things. And I consider that a health things. Okay. And I'm wording this, will she have one? I assume she hasn't already had it and they're waiting. We're going to say will. Will this one work? Yes, but she's going to be bedded down in the hospital at the end of this pregnancy. And I think it's a boy. She finally went to a good medical practice. I think one of the ones she went to before, it's not that they were bad, it's just that's not their best skill. Okay, Cold Toes. Cold Toes lives in Alaska, and it's 20 degrees Fahrenheit where she is. No, thank you. That's why I left Chicago. Okay, now we're getting into weather reports from all over the world. It's cold and gray. It's lovely. Go out and vote if you can. Um, okay, I'm going to look down the rest of them, see if anybody else has a question. And otherwise, okay, wait a second. I'm going to star that and come back to it. I got a legitimate, like real one person question. Jean Hall, I would like to know, what should I focus on the next 4 months, or maybe just right now? I'm not sure how to ask a question. There are a whole bunch of you in life jackets there. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna do a question first. Is Jean is what she's focusing on right now correct? And then we'll look at the few months after that, okay? So we're gonna start with right now, what Jean Hall's focusing on right now, correct? Yeah, you're ditching a bunch of stuff. You're getting rid of a lot of stuff. You've got 2 10s. This is a 10 that's he's casting down the burden and saying, I'm not going to carry this anymore. And this is a 10 to cut everything off. Your problem is you don't feel the strength. This is you. You're in good shape. You don't feel how powerful you really are. And in a way, letting these things go has meant that you're not controlling everything. You're not in charge of everything. But this card, the 4 of coins upside down, that's kind of being obsessive compulsive. So yeah, it's a good thing to get rid of them. So let's see the future, what's coming up. Rest. Don't make any sudden moves. Okay, you're going to feel like a fish out of water. You just need to retreat and live inside yourself. Don't make any sudden moves. Don't try to build any brand new foundations. This card, right side up or upside down, means the money's there and the support is there. So what's important for you, I mean, this is a great reading. Just do what you're doing right now, and when you get comfortable in your own skin, then come out of your hibernation. And you'll be fine. And that's a good way to ask questions. But what you should focus on is really yourself. You being yourself. Let's see. Oh, Celtic Seer. November's a rough month. October was a difficult month. It had a lot of funny ins and outs. But see what November has in store for Celtic Seer. You're going to be moving on to someplace that's better. People are going to realize what you're capable of. I don't know if you're still working at the same place you're at, but there's been some changes there, and you're just assessing how to deal with all those changes. But you got judgment, which is a lot of stuff's been unearthed around you, and it may make you want to move on to another place, to a brighter place. Let's see, who's he? Oh, these are the guys. This is one of the guys you worked with. This is a card that's important. You're extremely capable, and you're capable of building your own world. I would say you're going to learn a lot about yourself. there's going to be some changes around you and you're going to go through them successfully. Okay. Will our rescue dog Trude warm up to my husband in the next 6 months? Let's see. Well, on the base of the deck you're going to get what you want, but let's see what the cards say. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're going to get to be buddies. It's going to take at least 10 weeks for them to really get to understand each other. But this shows that dog came from a very confusing background and it ran to a better home, which is with y'all. He's going to learn a lot about himself, your husband is, by learning to accept this dog, and it's going to take about 10 weeks. Okay. Okay. Does one put tarot cards upright or does it matter? I'm learning how to read tarot cards. Interesting point, Patricia. Let's see what else we got and see if I'm going to be done. Okay. Okay. After I answer this one, I'm going to go back and answer the one I marked, and I'm going to come out of my being on the table so I can talk to you. Because when I talk and I'm talking to the table, I'm kind of like wondering, what? Okay. I read reverses. And when I taught my tarot class that I just finished, I taught how to read reverses. I taught with Jeffrey Ripecolor, who doesn't read reverses. So they got to hear it from both sides of the spectrum. And it's really a matter of what you choose to do. I always read reverses. I started reading when I was 12. And as far as I'm concerned, if you don't read reverses, you're losing half the vocabulary of the deck. But for other people, they would rather have the 78. They think 78's plenty, and they get all the information they work, and it works for them. So it's sort of pick your poison and work with what you work with. Now, upcoming things for me. January 27th, I'm going to start. There'll be another tarot class starting. I'm going to advertise at the end of December and into January. It's not up on my website yet because I'm still dealing with year readings and getting the 9 candles done. But whether you read it right side up or upside down, it's one of the first shows I ever did when I had a channel. I don't think it matters. I mean, the world's not going to part. There's nothing written in any deck anywhere that says, do it this way. But I will tell you this. If you get a deck of tarot cards, and I'm showing the back of one, this obviously has a right side up and an upside down. And these are tarot cards. That's a 2 of Cups. He only wants them read right side up. And that's a card deck that's called the Archangel Power Tarot. And it was designed by Radley Valentine. I really like Radley's decks. I like Radley's attitude. I like his descriptions. If you get a deck like this deck, you can't tell which way's up and which way's down by looking at the back of the deck. This is the same, no matter which way. That means that card, and this is Hanson Roberts, and that's a card that you can read those reversed. Luna Soul, which is the deck I use when I do past life readings, the big long past life readings. In that deck, he designed it so one part of the deck's looks like the sun's rising, and the other half it looks like it's setting. But you can obviously tell it's supposed to be right side up. The other way to tell if the author of the deck did not intend for you to read reverses is if the little booklet that comes with it doesn't have any reverses in it. Like, and that's what I told you was so unusual about this oracle deck. Either way, you don't know when you're pulling the card what you're getting. But let's see what we got. This card's like focus on your health. And if you read the right side up, it says wellness, active, radiant nourishment. And if it shows up and you're reading reversed, it's neglect, lethargy, melancholy, and inactivity. So, and that's honest to God, this is a first oracle deck I can remember that encourages you to read the reverse. And they don't call it reverse; they call it the shadow side of the energy of that card. So I hope that helps you, Pat and Patricia. And if you're interested, you can look and watch for my announcement. And we're going to start. Jeffrey and I are going to teach our course again on the 27th. And we're going to have 6 weeks of classes. And we give you a lot of written material and stuff at first, a lot of information on what to do. And then we're thinking about maybe having maybe a 7th class that's a bonus if we can't get through everything, because sometimes we felt like we had to rush things to stuff it into 6 weeks. Okay, 9 candles. Going to be doing the 9 candles. They're going to start on the 12th of December, so you got lots of warning. It's going to be the 9 nights are going to be up. We're going to end on the winter solstice, and I'm hoping to get Nancy Rebecca to come over. And I always have a day before I do the 9 candles when we talk about what moves me to do the 9 candles. I had a lot of people saying, when are you going to do 9 candles again? And I didn't have anything that I could really do. I mean, I wasn't moved. I get a message to do it. And this blue light stuff and what I've been able to read about it, it ticks so many boxes of the stuff I've been working with in the last year, including the elementals. And you just went away. Okay. I've got another health question. I'm going to pull it out of the Angel and Auras card, and then I'm going to close this down because I don't have to go back to the table to do this. I can just pull a card. Okay, this is an interesting card considering the question. It's called Blessing in Disguise, and somehow or another, you need trust, revelation, significance, and surprise. And I will read. And I'll tell you, when I pulled that card, what I heard in my head was, it's not just your foot. They're going to find out something else. You're good at taking lemons and making them in lemonade. You rock solid faith in everything that happens for a reason, and all will turn out in the best that serves you well. You are aware that even when something is challenging, has wisdom, and even something that's challenging has wisdom and opportunity for spiritual growth. When things don't go as planned, you search for the other possibilities. When the divine closes a door, I think that this card opens another door. You know that phrase, but it goes, this color has to do with ascension. It's white and pink. The color white is helping you with clarity and perspective at this time. The pink energy is pushing away some negative self-talk in order to bring blessings. So I think yes, they're going to figure out a way for you to not walk in pain again. But I think there's another, Eleanor, there's another thing going on in your body. And because they're going to be looking at it so closely, they're going to find it, and you're going to get it all fixed at once. Isn't that fun? Well, that's goodbye to everybody. That's an hour. Have a good day. Bye.